Just walking towards the start of the Seville marathon now. It's about a 20-25 minute walk, but it's not too far. So this could be one of the most comfortable attempts so far, or one of the most difficult. So when you're verifying the record, as you see in most races, I take a photo every 2 kilometres. But you have two other options. You can either get someone to video you for the whole race. That's really difficult unless someone specifically comes just for you, or you can also have 2 people run next to you for the entire race. So normally that would be very tough to organise because you don't know if people are going to fade or you're going to fade. But for this race they have a 3-hour pacer, so I need to get the current record is 3:04:57. So I've heard that there's more than one pacer, so there should be at least 2 pacers running 3-hour pace. So they're not going to fade. They're going to be like bang on 3 hours. So if that's the case, I don't have to worry about the photos, and it'll actually be easier to run 3 hours without taking photos than running 3:04 not taking photos. So hopefully that's the case, but if not, it's going to be very difficult trying to take photos from my boxing gloves. So pretty much I'll have to take the gloves off every 2 kilometres to take a photo. I don't see any way I can take a photo with the gloves on. It's probably won't be too much of a vlog today like the other races, again because I can't really pull out my camera with the boxing gloves on, but I've got the GoPro here, so I'll try and get a little bit of footage and see how that goes. Should be entertaining at the water stops, trying to grab the water. But I'll show you when we get there. I'll show you what I've done with my energy gels to make it a little bit easier for me. And Dubai was the biggest race of the year for me so far. It was only about 2,000 people, but loads of people here. I think this race has over 10,000. It is hectic in here. It feels like I'm back in India. I think they need somewhere with a bit more space to do the baggage. It's about 15 minutes to go now. So here's what I do with my energy gels. So I tape them to my glove because there's no way I can pick them up at an aid station. So plan is I'll just rip open the top of my mouth and then kind of mash the rest of it into my mouth with my other hand. So should be okay hopefully. The main challenge will be the water stops. Trying to drink water. I guess I'll just have to kind of grab them between both gloves, but I guess I might be dropping a lot of bottles, so I'll have to try and go to right at the start of the aid station, and if I drop a few, I can still pick one up at the end. That was a massive fail all round. So did I get the record? I don't know. I beat the time, but the problem is getting the verification. So as I said before, I didn't need to take the photo every 2 kilometres because I had the 2 paces who could have been my witnesses instead. But I know all of a sudden I ran in front of them, maybe like 18 kilometres, like 10 metres in front, just because it was so packed, people absolutely everywhere. And then I looked around and they were gone. And I thought I must have ran too fast and ran ahead, but I asked someone and I dropped back a long way because I thought they were behind, but they weren't, so I ran back up. I asked someone and he said they just dropped out at halfway. So like they had balloons which said like 3-hour pacer on them and they popped, so I guess like they thought they would just give up because of that, which really sucks. So I mean, people were still wanting to run their pace, so if they only actually did run half the race, that's ridiculous. That's not what they're there to do. So yeah, that massively screwed up my witness requirements. I was like, towards the end of the race, like, the thing was there was a lot of people that were running around 3-hour pace. So I knew that there was a bunch of people I was around for a lot of the race. So I kind of went at their pace. But a lot of them kept slowing down, and eventually, like, I realised if I ran at their pace, I wouldn't go into 3:04. So in the end, I just like ran and made sure I got into the record time and hoped for the best. So I managed to get 2 people to sign my witness forms at the end. They pretty much finished within a minute or so of me. I don't know how strict Guinness World Records is about. They say you have to run pretty much next to the person. That's not realistic to pretty much hold their hand for the whole race. So I hope, they both saw me at the start and the finish of the race, and we're running pretty much the whole pace. So I'm hoping they accept that. The VIP tent. I should have taken more advantage of that. They let me in to try and find the race director to sign my form, but who knows where he is. So I guess I have to try and get it done over email. I'm sick of getting called Rocky, so I'm getting rid of all this boxing stuff. I'm not, even if I don't get the record, I won't find out for 12 weeks, so I'm not carrying all this crap around with me. And I've got to make some room to carry some of the food. I didn't elaborate before on the massive fail, so there was a couple other ones. So had my GoPro on, I was hoping to be able to turn it on and off throughout the race. But yeah, it just wasn't possible. I was just like bashing with my glove, but it was too big to kind of push the button, so I just let it run. So it probably died about 2 hours. I'm hoping that it actually saved what it recorded, but I guess you've already seen that if it did record it. Another one was my Garmin. Actually, there's 2 more. My Garmin. I have it set to like in 2 kilometre intervals, because normally I have to take a photo every 2 kilometres. But it was like stuck on the setting just saying like lap 1 of whatever. And it didn't actually tell me my time or my pace. So the first kilometre or so I was just trying to change that. I just had to like push the button down once or twice and couldn't work it out. Like I tried to push it with my tongue, but there wasn't enough force. So eventually kind of got my teeth and pressed the button. And then finally the energy gels, that did not work out at all. So I had 3 and I didn't need any of them. So yeah, one kind of fell off. I didn't have enough tape on it, so I was holding it. And then I tried to eat it. I got about 1 gram in my mouth and then I dropped it. And then I tried to rip open one of the other ones, but it just like pulled the tape off. So then I had 2 in my hand again. And yeah, same thing. I tried to rip it open and I dropped both of them. So actually the only gel that I ate was one I picked up from the aid station. So I could have just done that in the first place and not bothered taping other gels to my hand. So my thoughts on the race. It was super chaotic. Normally if you aim for around 3 hours, it's not normally a massive bunch of people, but there wasn't this race. So I guess if you're kind of semi-elite, it's a good race because it's actually a 2:45 pacer as well. there can't be many races which have that, but yeah, it's just really annoying, so many people around me. And wearing the helmet was like having blinkers on. Like there was this little bit over here, and it's kind of in my line of vision, so I was just like looking straight. And there's like some cones on my left at one point. I didn't even notice them. I almost ran into them. But yeah, it's a nice flat course. Apparently it's the flattest IAAF approved course in Europe. It was really flat, but there was some very gradual uphill, so that surprises me, because having done Amsterdam, Eindhoven and Rotterdam, they are all completely flat. I think the only hills they might possibly have is if they went over bridges. But yeah, it was kind of stressful. I was just worried about trying to get witnesses the whole race, and especially after the paces disappeared. So it was meant to be a hassle-free race, but it didn't really turn out that way. But oh yeah, on to Tunisia next. So yeah, I think the whole getting witnesses is going to be a big headache in a lot of countries. So I've got a little piece of paper written down saying, will you be my witness and stuff in different languages. But yeah, even after that, like I asked a few people and they kind of just walked away here. So it's going to be difficult. Like in the races which have paces, it should be okay. Because again, I'll be taking photos pretty much every race. I think this is a one-off. Maybe I'm doing Bienenwald in Germany in 3 weeks, so they have 2 paces there. So I'm sure this won't happen again where they don't finish the race. So they seem pretty much on the ball on that race. I've been talking to them; they're pretty excited for me to come. So yeah, see how we go. But yeah, I've got that piece of paper, so I'm hoping as long as the race has at least one pacer, I can just take a photo and yeah, I just need one witness. Here we go. Before comment, this isn't a race. This is pretty close to me. It's maybe a few kilometres to go. But yeah, I'm gonna go watch some TV and eat a lot of junk food now. And I'm actually leaving tomorrow morning to go to Tunisia. It's a bit of out of the way journey. Like we're not that far from there, but I have to go up to Paris and down to Tunisia. So I think 7 or 8 nights there. It's going to be in a resort, so it should be pretty nice. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow and I'll head off to the airport.